Hello everyone, my Necron scheme video and somewhat tutorial. There's not a lot to this scheme, so I'll try to include some of the painting process, more like those tutorial videos that you see, just to fill it out. We are replacing the classic green with electric blue, and it's somewhat inspired by the campaign Necrons from Dawn of War Soulstorm. So, we're going to cheat, and we're going to start with lead belcher spray. Necrons are machines, and I wanted a metallic base to work off, and a lead belcher spray just seemed like the way to go. Our first colour is the Viodon blue. As a contrast paint over metallics, they're going to leave the metallic to shine through. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint the shoulder areas and the chest plate, where the Necron symbol is in this colour, to give it that sort of midnight blue metallic finish. Next up, we're going to use Black Templar for the gun. We're going to water this down a little bit because Black Templar, being black, can be quite dark, but we're going to get that same effect. It's going to leave the metallic to shine through. It's going to make the gun look like it is metal in origin with black paint over it, rather than being a solid colour. We're not too worried about overspill here. The main cylinder section of the gun and other parts of it, we're going to come back and we're going to apply a white base, so we can be a little bit liberal to get in all of those areas and make sure those ridges are showing. Next up, we're going to use Tyrant Blue Shade, and we're going to apply this across everything that we're going to keep metallic. This is going to be applied quite heavily. We want it to retain that blue colour in the recesses, especially in those sections of the chest area where the light is meant to be shining out of the Necron. We want that to still stay blue when the model is finished. So we quite heavily apply it everywhere. We're going to leave the tubes and everything else, just so that we're not having to wait on that to dry before we move on to the next steps. Once our Tyrant Blue shade is dry, we're going to come in with Stormhost Silver and very, very lightly dry brush the whole model. I was a little bit heavy-handed on this one, but we're going to do it even across the areas that we've painted blue, with Viodon blue, across the gun as well with the black. It's going to pick out the raised edges again. We're going to tone down some of the heavy blue on the body sections and leave that Tyrant Blue shade in the recesses. Next up, we can start working on the electric blue areas. We're going to start with Corax White. We're going to do a couple of thin coats with this. A base coat, you're normally not too worried, but because we've already sprayed it, we want to do some thin coats to retain all those details, but at the same time, we want it to be a solid colour to work off and not have the metallic shine through later. So we'll do this on the cylinders of the Gauss rifle, we'll do this on the pipes, and a few other sections, including the mask of the Necron's face. Once that basing is dry, we can come in with Ursamin Blue and just apply this nice even coat across these sections, just to give us the basis of our electric blue. For the mask, we're going to use Apothecary White. This is just going to give us some natural shadows. It's not going to do an awful lot, but it's going to pick out some of the detail on the mask that we need to be able to see for later. Once all that's dry, we can come in with Blue Horror, following the two thin coats method. And we're going to do the top and bottom of these cylinders, leaving the recesses and leaving the circular sections in the middle. This is just going to give us a nice contrast between those two blue colours and try and make it pop a little bit more. Once that's all dry, we're going to come back with the Tyrant Blue shade. We're going to use a very, very small brush to paint the lines on the Necron mask. The two lines that come down, where the mouth section's meant to be, and in the eye sockets. We'll also use it to shade the blue horror that we've done on the rifle. This will just blend it with the Earthman blue. But unfortunately, when I did that, it was out of focus. And it was just a big blue blurry mess. So I apologise for that one. Once that shading is dry, we're going to come in with Soulstone Blue. We're going to apply this to the circular sections on the rifle, as well as the eyes, and then on models like the Cryptek, I also applied it to the orb sections. This is just going to give them that sort of glassy finish and make them shine a little bit more. Now we can move on to the base. We're going to use Martian Iron Crust. I still like the idea of Necrons and the Adeptus Mechanicus being mortal enemies. We're just going to apply this using a flat basing tool. This is just the Citadel one. We're going to make sure that we get it all the way up to its feet. Once it dries, it's going to give that impression of the Necron's weight of it sinking into that sort of Martian earth. Once that's done, and while it's still wet, we're going to take some basing sand that I have, just a little bit, a little pinch, and we're just going to sprinkle it across. We're going to try and get some of the bigger rocks that are in it. Because this texture paint is still wet, this is going to act as a sort of pseudo glue. Once it all dries, it will just look natural. And once the miniature is completely dry, base and all, we're going to come in with Army Painter's Cobalt Metal just to do the rim of the base. This is just going to give us a different colour, metallic, to contrast between the base and the miniature itself. And there we have it, my electric blue scheme for my Necrons. Somewhat inspired by the Necrons of Soulstorm's campaign. I've got some Necron warriors on the way as well, so I'm going to try and get my immortals done, so that when they get here I can build them and then start working on them. I've got some other stuff that I need to get done this week, one of which is that update video that I promised. I've got some stuff in the works that I want to start doing as of next week, so that will be Monday the 6th of October. That video is probably going to be too long for socials, so if you're seeing this, it will be up on YouTube instead. I will put out a video once that's uploaded to YouTube, so you can go and find it. All the support that you guys are giving me over the reasons I want to start doing this stuff, but I'll leave it for that video to fully explain what is going on.